Yeah. Coke fed, press some hand, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she sweet, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom sex, best to get spontaneous, our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Yay. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game 7 post-game show. Congratulations to the OKC Thunder handling their business today. It was a little scary. Everybody was a little nervous. I know I was nervous. The people at the gym today were nervous. I wore my lucky overalls again today. We are now 2-0 in the playoffs with those. I did not wear them Game 6. We lost. I was a little nervous, but I had them on anyway today because I did not want to take a chance on us losing. And since we won Game 5 with them on, I thought I would wear them again today. And it ended up working out quite well for the Thunder. So I want to, first of all, take my hat off to the Denver Nuggets because they gave up a fight. When Aaron Gordon went down, I knew that it was basically over for them. There was no way that they were going to be able to come back with him playing. Plus, the reason why they beat us is because Strawther was ridiculous in his playoff performance against us at home. And then what always happens that your bench players always play better on the road, at home, than they do on the road. And that made all the difference tonight when you look at what happened. And then all of a sudden, our Thunder defense was what it always has been, or what it has been lately. But let's give our hats off to the guy that makes the difference, and that's J-Dub. J-Dub makes the difference. He is the Robin. Now, we can win without him, don't get me wrong, but we have to have him step up, and he did just ridiculous and in the second quarter, and made all the difference in the world for what the Thunder had to do. J-Dub, and I'm glad that he showed up today. And let's face it, what's up, Burgess? How you doing? Standing ovation. I said, yeah, to J-Dub. I agree. He showed up. And, the thing I love about it is it's like SGA in Game 3. He said, look, I was terrible. Hey, I should have I should have won. I didn't go. It didn't fall. But what did he do in Game 4? Close the door. Game 5, close the door. Game 6, he played great. And like I said, since Game 1, or since Game 5, SGA was 1 for 6 to start the game in Game 5. Okay, and since then since the first quarter of the Game 5, SGA is now 34 of 42. Because he was 22 of 33, and now he is 34 33, 43, 42. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said, when he's rolling, our team just goes, they take a deep breath and they go. And then when you have him and J-Dub rolling, it makes all the difference. And can I say something to the Thunder team? 54 double-digit wins this year. 54 double-digit wins. Okay, 54. That's the most in NBA history. And I thought that the Nuggets should have been done because, like we talked about, our coach lost this Game 1, and I think the series would have been over. But on the, let's say, what do we call it? If I can take something and say, okay, when God closes a door, he opens a window. So we lost Game 1, and then he opened up this window. What was that window? We got to play more because remember, guys, we sat out how many games? How many days did we sit out before we played Game 1? And I said that I was worried about that. And it showed in our sluggishness against Memphis. Thank God it was against Memphis. And then against Denver. But what happened is the series wore on except for Game 6. Game 6, was a completely terrible. We didn't play bad game one. Game two, we played great. Game three, we played okay. Game four, we did what we needed to do to make it a 2-2 series to take back home court. Game five, we did what we needed to do, close the door. Lou Dort showed up. Game six, all of our guys disappeared, except SGA. So that in itself was a testament to what the guys came back. But what do bench players do? They play great. And what did our coach do? I thought our coach in the third quarter, when he started Alex Caruso, and Alex put Caruso and said, okay, you've got Jokic. It was over for them. He did that in the second quarter. It was over for them. Jokic couldn't handle him at all because he's small. He got his hands on the ball. He's just phenomenal. And he has been the difference. And you have to applaud Sam Presti. And we have talked about this before. When you look at the Celtics when they won last year, what did they add? Porzingis, Drew Holiday. The Thunder added what? Ihart and Caruso. Now, Caruso is a less banged up, let's call it Drew Holiday. And I think that Kaysen has the ability to be a Drew Holiday someday. He has the ability to be a Caruso. And the beautiful thing about Caruso is he's going to teach Kaysen to do everything that he's doing. That's beautiful. Orgelio, good evening. Hey, what's up? Mr. Mark, we did it. I'm Matt. Are you talking about Mark Dagnall or are you talking about calling me Mark? I don't know which one you're talking about, Rogelio. I'm Matt, not Mark. Or Matthew, if you want to call me that. I'm glad they found a way to break the zone. I mentioned to you, remember, don't settle for threes and drive to the basket. Yes, we do. J-Dub and Caruso, whatever they said what they did what J-Dub did what he needed to do and show up. John Warren, all that hard work during the season paid off to have a Game 7 at home. 100%. 100%. You have to have home games. That's what, I was talking to somebody yesterday at the gym, and we were talking about that, and I said, listen, all the regular season does is allow you to have the ability to have home games in 5 and 7. That's what the regular season does. That's all it does. It provides you the opportunity to have home court advantage in games 5 and 7. And what did they have that stat today that said that home court it's 5 and 7 or something? The last 12 game sevens, home teams have lost, or 5 and 9 or something like that. It was something ridiculous. But this is why. This is the thing. The Thunder, we're young, we're athletic, and the beautiful thing, and I talked about this, earlier when we were losing, when the series was going in Denver. I said, look, we need to play. We need to play. And remember, I wanted, what's up, Hotspot? I wanted the Warriors to have some sort of fight against Minnesota because we needed to play because we've got to get back in the groove, which I think we're slowly getting there. But remember, we're a young team, and last year we got out-coached 100%. J-Dub was nowhere to be found. And I thought SGA paid him a compliment by saying last year, he did disappear, and this year, well, here he is. And that's how players do. That's the maturation of a player. You play bad, you figure out, oh shit, and excuse my language, oh crap, and you come back the next year and you get better. And that's what J-Dub has done. And then Kaysen showed up today. He's just phenomenal. But without Caruso, we're out of this. SGA, his 5th 30-point game this series. But once again, he started remember, Game 2, he played great because he played like crap in Game 1. Then Game 3, he missed some shots that he normally makes. And I believe had he had those opportunities in Games 5 and 6, he would have did, or 7, he would have did what he needed to do. But Game 3, he wasn't quite ready yet. He hadn't been played. He hadn't played himself back into shape yet. He hadn't played in rhythm yet. And then we saw it. Game 5 or Game 4, he closed the door on him. It was a struggle. But he made the shots that we needed to make to close the door. Game 5, he 100% shut the door on their ass. 100% he shut the door on them. Game 6, he's the only one that showed up. Chet played good, but I'm still waiting to see a Chet sighting. I mean, I kind of see him out of the corner of my eye a little bit, but I haven't really seen Chet do what Chet needs to do. You know what I'm saying, guys? I mean, I know he's played, and I know he's out there, but I really haven't really seen him. And then I see the other side, Jokic just pushes him around and does whatever the hell he wants because he's a beast. Jokic is an absolute beast. And Murray, I still think that Murray is up and down. And against somebody like us, he struggles against a team like us. Because, boom, you go from Dort to Caruso to Kaysen to SGA to J-Dub. You don't have a break. It's like, what the hell? And then you have to turn around and you have Chet or iHeart on you? I mean, our team doesn't give you a necessary break when it comes to that. Now, I will admit it took some time to solve the zone, but like Rogelio said, we did solve the zone to somewhat. But look who we put at the free throw line. Because you have to have somebody there at the free throw line, and that's what Josh Giddey was so magnificent at. When they would double team SGA 2 years ago or 3 years ago, what would happen is we'd kick it to Josh, and then Josh would finish off whomever it was that he needed to finish off. That's how we were before. And then now we don't really have a Josh, which I think, like I said, when Topic comes next year, that will be the Josh because he's better than Josh, more skilled than Josh. We'll see if he's as good a passer as Josh, but he's supposed to be a better Josh. So we'll see what he brings when he comes up. Hotspot, like I said, yes, you're right. We know how to beat the zone, drive into the gaps, have another player come down. You know what we need to do, the hotspot? Not just catch and shoot 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 against the zone. Now, if we're making it, great. But if we're not, don't do it. And yes, that's what Rogelio has been saying. Hey, throw the lobs, attack the basket, and we were attacking the zone. That's what we were doing. We were attacking the zone and then just getting backdoor lobs or whatever. That's how you attack it. And a lot of it had to do with Kaysen. When he put Jet up in the bench in the first quarter, we were down 11. And then all of a sudden you put in SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins. And what made the difference? And iHeart. And then Chet came on. And what happened? Made that run, cut into it, and from that point on, you can just see, okay, we've got our legs. Now we're over it. The game is going because what happens is in tight games, the butterflies are there at the beginning, but then as you start playing, what ends up happening is all that goes away and it's just ball. And then once we started balling and our physicality got up, and what did I say? Games 4, 5, and 6, it was going to catch up to them. And it finally did. They were not at home. They're on the road. And game seven, they could not deal with the relentless pressure that we applied to them defensively. Let me see. Hotspot. Chet doesn't have good ball handling skills. No, he does. I don't know what the hell that unicorn stuff is. I blew that off a long time ago. He's not. Wemby's a unicorn. He's not. But he's a very good player, and I like Chet. I had to change my mind on Chet, and I have. Chet's three-point shot, he doesn't have the strength in his legs to hit those threes. If I'm OKC, I'd have Chet ride a stationary bike on the side before going back in. No, okay, hotspot, Rogelio, you can't do that because that wears him out. You ride the bike simply to keep you loose. But Chet, remember, he sat out, 40 games or something stupid? So it's going to take him a while to get back his legs and get stronger. He's going to need the offseason to build himself up and to be able to get there. Chet's going to be okay. But you got to remember, this is Chet's second playoff series. This is J-Dub's second playoff series. SGA's first playoff series, he was ridiculous when he was in the bubble. He came out last year, didn't miss a beat. It took him a while to get going because, remember, he sat out, 13 days? He played, 4 games in 20-something days? He was out of sync. And as I said, as our team, the more we played, the better we were going to get. Now you're rolling into Minnesota, or Minnesota's coming to town. I don't know, and Randy or John or somebody, one of you guys, will y'all just text me? Is it Tuesday? Are we playing Tuesday or Thursday? I've got one thing that says we play Tuesday. I got another one that says we play Thursday. So I don't know if we play Tuesday or Thursday. I would rather play Tuesday. Now that we're in a groove, why take the time off? I'd rather play Tuesday. The Minnesota's already been off, so let's go ahead and play Tuesday. Let them play Wednesday, and let's see what's up. Okay, that's just me. I'd rather play earlier. Rogelio, yes, the Wolves do turn the ball over a lot. They should exploit them, but you know what? They play. Remember, we should have beat them 4-0. Okay, that fourth game. They beat us once, so we should have been 3-1 against them. That fourth game, we just disintegrated. I don't know how many, 15, 17 threes we took in a row or something stupid, let them get back in the game. Now, what that does is that kind of hurts us with their ability to think, oh, they can beat us. Okay, so it is Tuesday, John. Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was Tuesday or Thursday. I saw Tuesday in the on the app, and then I saw Thursday. So let's look at our game, and let's go ahead and go over the game. Okay, since we're here, let's go ahead and do that. Get that out of the way. Okay, Thunder, 125. Nuggets 93. Nuggets were 10 for 45 from three. Thunder 12 of 39. 39.3% for them, which tells you what? They gave Game 5 was their game. They wanted to win Game 5 so they could go home Game 6 and win it all. That was their goal. Jokic, 44 minutes, and he gave everything he could give. They tried to win Game 5, and it didn't work. Thunder 12 for 39, 49%. Younger team, defense. And here's the keys. Rebounds. They out-rebounded us by 3, okay? Now, remember how many offensive rebounds did they have the other night? You know how many offensive rebounds they had tonight? Okay? Offensive rebounds tonight, they had 15. But it's when you have them that makes a difference. They had them tonight when the ball, they were shooting long because they were shooting so many threes and it was coming off hard. They're getting long rebounds. That's not the same as there was the other night when they were getting offensive rebounds. Two totally different ways of getting offensive rebounds. Pips, points in the paint, look at that, 64-42. That's more like what the Thunder do. Score more points in the paint. Turnovers, look at yourself. 22 turnovers, 9 for us. And if the T-Wolves do the same thing is going to happen with them, as we've been talking about in the chat here. Same thing's going to happen. Rogelio, I'm so glad we don't have to see flopping Jokic anymore, crying for fouls. Well, that's true. That's true, but he's not ashamed of himself. That's the game. I'm seeing Game 1 Tuesday, Ryan. I saw that, but I also saw a thing that said that we play Thursday. So I don't know how that's going to work. I know that if we play Thursday, SGA would be getting his MVP because it's TNT. I still think that they should do that anyway. I was talking to the commander the other day, and he said that Oklahoma City, the way they've done it in the past is that I know for either Westbrook or Durant or both, that they had them just at Oklahoma City. They did not have them at the game. They did not present it at the game. They had them behind closed doors. And to me, that's a travesty to our crowd and to our fans. Our fans should see and be able to congratulate SGA on winning the MVP. Box scoring. Remember the other night, all the minuses. Remember the other night we talked about the game, all the minus. It was terrible. Chet, I think, was the only one that was in plus the other night. Chet, I mean, is that real? Plus 34? J-Dub, plus 35. SGA, plus 32. Kaysen, plus 38. Caruso, plus 40. Yeah. Chet plus 34, J-Dub plus 35, SGA plus 32, Alex Caruso plus 40, and Kaysen plus 38. That's why the Thunder won by so many. That's why. Because remember, we were just terrible the other night. We were terrible. Chet, 13 points, 11 boards, double-double. 1 steal, 1 block. And he's 0 for 3 for 3. I still have not seen – I know Chet's numbers are good. They're pretty good, but I just don't really see – I don't remember anything that Chet just dominated the game. You know what I'm saying, guys? I don't really remember seeing him just go, wow, that was just impressive, Chet. I haven't seen that from him. J-Dub, 24 points, 10 for 17. Yes. That's what we want to see from J-Dub, because here's J-Dub's had bad games. This is what J-Dub has been, okay? This is what J-Dub's been. In 4 of the 6 games, he was 2 for 13, 3 for 16, 5 for 14, 5 for 20. And this is a J-Dub that we know right here. 10 for 17, 2 for 5, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 24 points. SGA, once again, magnificent. IHeart, 10 points, 7 boards, in 17 minutes. And the reason why he was playing less is because Dagnall's fantastic job at coaching. And like I told you, I'm gonna give you your flowers when you deserve them, and when you don't, I'm gonna let you have it. Which is why I'm gonna let him. I let him have it before, but today, putting Caruso on putting Caruso on Jokic, great move by them. Great move by them. Want to say, just they did not know, as the commander said in our group chat, they didn't know what to do. They really did, because Caruso, for a little dude, he's relentless. He really is. He's relentless. But I thought, played solidly, but, why have him on the floor? He was good early. And then once we made the move to Caruso, there was no need to play him. Because Chet didn't have to deal. They couldn't really move Jokic to where they could switch and double team, because SG, every time he got one-on-one with Chet, we doubled down immediately and let him get rid of the ball. Then we'd make a switch, and they couldn't get the ball back to Jokic. So great job about Oklahoma City's defense being able to rotate and keep them from exploiting Chet one-on-one with Jokic and Caruso. But it was a little bit harder because Caruso was doing a great job of fronting him. SGA, 35 points, 12 for 19, 3 for 4, 8 for 9. We like the free throws. J-Dub, 2 for 3 from free throw. Chet, 5 for 6 from free throws. SGA, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. That's what we want to see from our MVP. That's what we want to see. I think he shut the door on all the nonsense about MVP, all that stuff. He shut the door on their ass tonight. Lou Dort, 17 minutes, 6 points, 1 for 5 from 3. When he started driving to the lane, try to draw a foul, snatched him out. Come on, get out the game. We don't need that from you. Shoot threes when you're open. We don't need to try to create no plays, get to the foul. No, that's not what we need from you. We need you to play good defense, and we need you to do what? Shoot open threes and make them. That's what they need to do, and they've done that. It was nice to see K-Rich, by the way. I've been seeing him. I think he'll get a little bit more action against Minnesota than he did against them, because he can play better with Minnesota than Jay Will could against Minnesota. So I think we may see more of him as that 10th person. Caruso, 11 points, 5 for 7. Great job by him in doing what he needed to do tonight. 1 for 3, 3 assists, 3 steals. I thought Caruso played magnificent. Isaiah Joe didn't get on the floor, and as he should. He just was not a matchup. It was a hard matchup for him. And, he's got to understand that. I don't think it's bothering him at all by not playing. Wiggins, I thought he played pretty decent. 3 for 11. That was a lot of shots. But those were late. But I thought he played pretty good. 8 points, 3 for 11, 2 for 8. He'll be better this next time around. Kaysen. Dude, I love me some Kaysen Wallace. Even though he was 1 for 6 from 3, 3 for 10, 7 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. His ability to put his hands on balls and to do the things he did makes all the difference, I thought, in what he needed to do and what was happening with him. And as my guy Mike Deba says, Denver started out too fast. That's my guy. For those of you who know Mike Deba, he read the whole NCAA rules book, so he would understand basketball. And he came around with it quite well. And great, by the way. Great to see A.J. Mitchell, too. Let's get to the bracket, and let's see how the bracket is standing up. Okay, guys, which I know y'all are all about that. I am, too. Here's the bracket. This is what it says, okay? Alex R. What's up, y'all? How you doing, Alex? Good seeing you. We haven't seen you in a minute. The Timberwolves series is going to be tough. Yes, it is. It's going to be tough. Looking forward to it. But like I said, if we played Minnesota or the Lakers, it was going to be a tough series for us to get out. But the beautiful thing about it, Alex, is that we're now playing and we're in a groove. So I think that's going to make all the difference. It took us a while to get back in the groove, but now we're there. Thunder T-Wolves is your Final Four. Pacers Knicks is your Final Four. We have 2 great teams, or 4 very good teams. Now in the East, no Boston and no Cavaliers. Nobody saw that. Rogelio says, "I'm sick. I'm glad we won this game. So sick and tired of everybody talking about how young they are." I said that. I'm over the young thing. And this is why, Rogelio, I'm over the young thing. And I've said this. I've watched us. Let me see. How many games have I done? Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. that I've done of the Thunder, post-game shows, okay? This is number, let me see. This is number 250th. How about that? 250 shows, and it was a game 7, and we won. How about that? So I've done 250 critiques of the Thunder. Okay, post-game shows. Well, probably 245 because we had some preseason games that we did, and then, or excuse me, not preseason, but maybe 246 because we did some after-season shows, and then we did the draft shows. So probably 245, somewhere around there. But let me say this. I know and I have watched our team. And I said, what are the things, I'm going to go over this with you guys right now. This is how I view this. When we got Josh Giddey in SGA, when we got rid of Chris Paul and that whole group, what ended up happening is about 3/4 through the season, Josh and SGA started bonding. And you could just see Dort was doing what Dort does. Kendrick Nunn was doing what they were doing. And Wiggins, they were doing what they were doing. What you saw was all of a sudden they doubled. SJ started balling, feeling good. They started doubling teaming him. He would kick it to Josh. Josh started making moves. And then what were we doing? We were tying people up on defense, and then SJ was closing the door. Then the next year, what happens? You end up getting J-Dub and Chet and J-Will. And we only got J-Dub and Chet. All of a sudden, you can just see the team go from that year to this year. And then everybody predicted us to win 17 or 23 games. I said we're going to win 40. Everybody told me I was crazy. I'm like, no, I've been watching this team. For those who didn't watch the team, you wouldn't know what I saw. I saw a team that learned how to play defense, lock people up, turn the ball over, get in transition, and in the half-court set, SGA would close the door because nobody could stop him. That's what I saw. 40 wins, which is exactly what I predicted. Everybody told me I was out of my damn mind. Last year, here comes Chet. Here comes Kaysen to add with what you've already built. And you could just see the maturation of this team. So 86 out of that young game, because we were playing, in dogfights. Year 1. We were in dogfights year 2. We were in dogfights year 3. Last year, year 4 was this year, we weren't really not so much in dogfights. Kind of, but not really. We had 54 double-digit wins this year, most in history. We have the largest plus-minus in history wins and losses. Why? Defense travels, as I've said before. Defense travels. And what is the playoffs? The playoffs is about physicality. It's about matchups. It's about, can you beat your guy one-on-one, number one? And number 2, can you scheme and get buckets in the basket? If you shoot a bunch of threes, you're not going to beat anybody. All the three-point shooting teams are gone. Boston's gone. Cleveland's all those people shooting a bunch of threes who like to shoot threes. Not Cleveland so much, but Boston gone. Golden State gone. Now that's Steph Curry getting hurt. It has a lot to do with it, but yet they're gone. That's the difference in what we are. When we go to shoot a bunch of threes, which we've talked about in this chat multiple times, when we shoot a bunch of threes, we're in trouble. Plain and simple. Run your half-court offense, let SGA work, and then what do? He starts working and starts busting. Everybody else relaxes. All of a sudden, what do? They start collapsing on SGA. What does he do? Hit the open guy. What does the open guy do? Knock down buckets because he's relaxed. He's not pressured that he has to make a play, which is when we get in trouble. Let me see. Alex R. I'm loving the name coming up. Flopic. Y'all leave Jokic alone, man. Leave Jokic alone. He ain't that. He's not bad. I'm not. Jokic does cry because he's European. That's the history of them. European players cry. That's what they do. Okay, so I'm not gonna get involved in that. But yeah, the MVP of flopping. Now the MVP of flopping is LeBron. Did you see that game where he got hit and he rolled out of bounds and had his head? And I'm like, he didn't get hit. I'm like, what are you doing? LeBron's the king of flopping, without question. He's the flop master. He's the flop master. So let's take a break. Thank our sponsor. We're going to come back out and finish up with some stuff on the show today. Okay, guys? I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit these guys up. They love to take care of you and make sure everything is fantastic. Also, if you have a a water treatment plant in your county or your city, they love to make sure that you get clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. Hit them up if you got a need for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved. He is the dude. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. OK.com, or go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB Eastwood is off the Parkway in 66 or US 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, cannot miss it. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. What's up? What's up, Ryan? Raw Trip, how you doing, bro? Hey, what, P. White? Nice to see you guys. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And guys, if y'all haven't gone out and got you some Creed, go into Dillard's or go wherever you are in the United States. If you're in Denver, go to a mall and go in and smell you some Creed. Okay? I'm telling you. And if you tell them that Matt Clark sent you, especially if you're at the Penn Square Mall in Oklahoma City, Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, I talked to Tanya, she's going to get the rest of the malls out so you guys can go ahead and get them out there where you can talk to them as far as saying that our show has gotten there, give you free samples. Okay, so we're trying to get every store on this list to give you free samples. So do that, okay? And then, of course, because they always say, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And I do. They've got great smelling perfume, and they got cologne. So either way, it's fit you. Ryan, confirmed game 1 is Tuesday, game 2 Thursday. Game 3 Saturday, game 4. Okay, great. So they put those all on ESPN except for game 3 is ABC. So they're not going to have any on TNT? Is that what you're saying, Ryan? All ESPN, huh? Except ABC 3 on ABC. Okay, game 3 on ABC. Okay. Huh. That's kind of bad. P. White, it was more beneficial for a team to have extended series and be tested. This will help them against the Wolves. I agree. And I said that I don't mind them playing, but I wanted us to finish it in 6 and then come out and play them Sunday or Monday. That's what I wanted it to happen. But Tuesday, I'm fine. We're in rhythm. We're already used to playing every other day. I'm perfectly okay with starting Tuesday. We've already got into a groove. Let's go ahead and go. And it's going to be at home, and I know it's going to be rocking in Thunderdome or whatever, Paycom Center, whatever they want to call it, Thunderdome. I like it the way it sounds. Much better. Rogelio, he graduated from the Bronze School of Flopping. Yes, he did. Him and Luca. Luca's another flopper. Remember what game it was he talked about? He got hit in the head. He didn't even get touched. They give him a T. I'm sorry. They have a T for flopping. Start teeing these guys up. If you don't really get hit and you're flopping, tee them up. That'll stop it. It'll stop it. Tee them up. 2 shots for flopping. Tee up. The other team gets the ball. That'll stop all that nonsense, okay? Let me see. Yes, all games on the NBA, but they announced the MVP on TNT, so they may announce Thursday. Just do it Tuesday. Just going to give the SGA Tuesday and game 1. Let's go. Why are we waiting? If it's not going to be on TNT, if it's not going to be on TNT, why do we worry about it? Why are we worried about it? Now I know they have to wait till a game is on TNT, but to me, that's ridiculous. Yes, all these games, but they will announce MVP on TNT. So what games are going to be on TNT? Because if here are the early lines. Okay, if you guys like this kind of stuff, these are the early lines for the playoffs. Okay, this is the early lines. Let me see. What did I do with that? Oh, here we go. Here are the early lines for our series and for the Knicks in games 1. Okay. The Thunder 7.5-point favorites, over under 213. The Pacers and the Knicks, this will be Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and it says TNT, but I think it's ESPN. Are we sure it's SGA? No, we're not, Alex. We're not sure it's SGA. It should be, but we're not sure if it's SGA. It should be. I mean, He shut the door on them big time. Jokic nowhere to be found in Game 7, and he ridiculous. And I agree. This is the longest delay we've ever witnessed MVP announcement. And somebody had said they thought whoever wins this series would get the MVP, which I think is ridiculous. Knicks Pacers are on TNT all games. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, Thunder Wolves on ESPN all games. Okay, thank you, Rogelio. Appreciate that. But anyway, so they'll announce that whatever game that is, Wednesday, I guess, is the TNT game. So they'll probably announce that. And then when the Thunder play the next night, SJ will get the MVP. I guess that's how it will be if he does. I don't know how he doesn't. Okay, I still don't know how he does it, but I agree with you. I don't know how the hell this is This is ridiculous. It's pathetic. But I think they wanted to see what happened in this series. That's what I think. But the Thunder are big on not liking all this publicity, and I don't think the Thunder really wanted. If SJ did win it, I don't think they really wanted to give the Nuggets any sort of extra incentive by them feeling like Jokic should have won it and gives them an extra advantage. So that may have been it too. Sam Presti may have played the long run and asked them not to do that. So that could have been. They're probably still voting after the season. Gooseman. Well, it's over with now. Okay, it's over with now. SJ with his fifth 30-point game this series, and he's only got better. He's only got better. And that's who he is. He's rolling. And once he starts rolling, and then our team just sees it, you can just see that it makes it easier. And then what happened? J-Dub starts rolling. And then once J-Dub starts rolling, all of a sudden you got Alex Caruso and Kaysen and Wiggins. Those three, but especially Kaysen and Caruso, those two are ridiculous together. And you can just see that Kaysen's maturation and Caruso just taking him under his wing. You could just see them just boom. And I think Kaysen is going to be there. But I do believe what SGA said about Kaysen is the next Drew Holiday. That's possible. And that will be a huge compliment to Kaysen, because if he becomes the next Drew Holiday at this age, the next couple of years, because remember, you have a 5-year window to do a lot. We're in year 2 of this 5-year window. We have all 15 players under contract. This summer, I do believe that we're going to go ahead and give Chet and J-Dub early extensions so we can save ourselves some money. Then I do believe after that, you've got to sign Kaysen the next year early, and then you got to sign SJ to his $400 million. And I believe that you win the chip, that's what happens. Now, somebody was talking about, well, the Thunder are cheap. Bro, we've already went into the luxury tax once. You don't think we win a championship? These owners, I know several of them. I'm telling you, they got a lot of money. There's a lot of money with some of these dudes. Don't kid yourself. They got a lot of money. Okay? If they want to go in the salary cap and spend $100 million more, they can more or less do that with a penalty. Now, what happened with the Celtics when you go to the next level, when you're at $400 million or $500 million, which is what the Golden State Warriors were, but you can tell me, if you're a billionaire and you got to pay $100-something million extra to win a ring, or you're not going to do it. We were talking about that in college. Some of these big boosters, you think if they got to spend $5 million to win a ring, to fly a banner at their college, you think they ain't going to do that? Hell yeah, they're going to do that. The Thunder will be the same way, because this will be year 3 next year, and this is the perfect year for us to win. No Boston, no Cleveland, and we beat these other 2 teams twice. So we have the great opportunity. And what is Minnesota? They're looking at the same way. There's no Boston. They couldn't have beat Boston. I don't know if they could have beat Cleveland, but I know they couldn't have beat Boston. I'm talking about with the healthy Jason Tatum. I'm talking about Minnesota. So you're sitting there looking at it. Here's a perfect opportunity for them to win. And then on the flip side of that, you got to look at Indiana and you got to look at the Knicks. They're both looking at, here's a perfect opportunity for us to win. Now, if they have to play the Thunder, that opportunity goes down the hill, and they know that. They know that. And that's why today is so important, because this is what's the hidden pressure under the Thunder. The other teams that have averaged over 12 points a game who have won chips, we're number 1 the most ever. After that is the 71-72 Milwaukee Bucks. Guess what happened? That was Lou Alcindor. They won. And they had Oscar Robertson on that team. The second one won Jerry West and Will Chamberlain. The third one won Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. The fourth one, Kevin Durant Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond. The fifth one to do it, Boston Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And then here we are, the latest ones to do it with SGA, J-Dub, Chet. And then I'm also add Caruso and Kaysen and Ihart and Wiggins and Joe. Hopefully he'll be able to play this series. And Dort and K-Rich and J. Will and A.J. Mitchell. That's what the Thunder have. That's what the Thunder's opportunity is sitting before us right now. And I'm sorry, I'm excited about that. Let me see. Alex thought that lottery was rigged. No. Guzman says, "Can we give Mark credit?" I already gave him credit tonight. I thought him switching up and putting Caruso in the third quarter to do that, to put him full time on Jokic, made all the difference in the world. Because remember, guys, it was a 1-point lead with 2, 3, 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we blew them out in a 5-minute span, which is what the Thunder do. At some point, our defensive pressure catches you for the 3 to 5 minute period. It catches you, at least for a 3-minute period. It catches you. And when it does, what we do is we go bam, 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 hit you in the mouth with steals. You don't get buckets. We get and ones, we get threes in transition, and we get easy layups. And then we get emotional. And then the crowd starts getting into it. And I'm sorry, if you've never been to Paycom when it's rocking, hey, you're missing out. Paycom rocking is pretty nice. And by the way, guys, yes, I will be wearing my Thunderalls at the game, because we're 2-0 right now. Somebody had posted on my Facebook, and they were talking about, oh man, what is it? I said, bro, if we lose, first of all, I wore them in Game 5 for the first time. We crushed. I did not wear them Game 6. We lost. I wore them today. We won. Guess what I'm going to do from now on? Until we lose, I'm wearing them. Now, I'm talking about at home. Now, at road, I don't know if that's going to affect, but I will try Game 3. I'll wear them on the road when we play Minnesota. I'll wear them on the road for that game. Okay? Well, you let me know you think I should wear them, because right now we're 2-0. So I say we continue to do it. Let me see. I just wish we had a good, reliable three-point shooter. Joe played a good in the season. What happened to him? Rogelio, we didn't match up well. This is a series he didn't play. He couldn't play. You couldn't play K-Rich, and you couldn't play him. And I thought it was a master move by Mark again, now playing J. Will. They were preparing for J. Will, and we played Alex Caruso on him. And they weren't prepared for that. As Randy Wright had said, the commander, in our group chat, they didn't know what to do. They were not prepared for Caruso. So once again, great move by Mark Stagnot's staff and what they did in that fantastic move. They didn't know what to do. The Minnesota Wolves, John, are tough. They're they're long, they're athletic, they play great defense, and now Julius Randle is playing well. They are us. They have Ant-Man, we have SGA. They have Julius Randle, we have J-Dub. We have the advantage there. So SGA, and I think we have a little bit of an advantage over Ant, not much. Then I think we have the advantage J-Dub over Julius Randle, but if J-Dub plays well. Then clearly we have an advantage over Rudy Gobert and Chet or Ihart, clearly. Now, when you bring in Naz Reid, that's the issue. He kills us. Jaden McDaniels kills those two. They kill us because McDaniels with SGA is tough. It's tough, Ant-Man, and I think Ant-Man will draw some of the assignment a little bit on SGA, but if he starts guarding SGA, I don't think he wants to do that because the energy you have to spend guarding somebody, which is, like I said, that's what separates Michael and Kobe. They guarded the best dude. They come guard the best guy. You start there, go, hey, I got this dude. I'm shutting him down. And then they're still busting you on the other end. That's the definition of true two-way players. Paul George was great at that. Back in the day when he was in Indiana, he and LeBron had some great games. So you do have two-way players who can do it. But for the most part, what Mike did, what Kobe did, And Tim Duncan was a great two-way too, but he played forward. So it's a little easy to guard a guy in the forward, especially back then. You don't have to guard the perimeter. You just have to guard the paint. I don't think Tim Duncan would be as formidable if he had to go out and guard on the three-point line. I don't think he would be the same all-defensive player and all that. I just don't think so. Kevin Garnett, yes, he could. What is my honest prediction of Thunder versus Wolves? I think we get them in 6 or 7. That's what I think. If Daigneault does not give them a game like he did against Denver, if he cannot fold and give away one of the W's, it's going to be hard for somebody to beat us 4 times. So as long as he doesn't give it away, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll win in 6. If we have to win a game 7, I think we can do that. But it will be 6 or 7. I just think it is. Their coach is too good. Fitch is too good. They're ready. We match up. It's such an evenly matched game, even though the 4th game they did beat us. But remember, they were down 20 whatever and came back because the commander and his wife, Kimberly, they left like in the early 4th quarter or middle into the 3rd quarter to go have dinner because we were up 26 or whatever. And then my friend and I, my Thunder girl, Jennifer and I, we switched seats. And from that point on, we couldn't score. They put a box and one on SGA. We shot 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, and it was over. So I do believe we'll win in 6. That's my honest opinion. I think we could, if we play the way we can play, we could beat them in 5. But I say 6, and at the worst outcome, it'll be 7. If we don't steal one, I believe we have to hold serve. Our first 2 games. Put pressure on them at home. And I think by then we've had enough experience to get back into the groove and we can maybe steal one from them either game 3 or game 4, go up 3-1, close them out in game 5. If they double-double, then if they win, we win. Then we win game 5. I think we can win game 6 there in Minnesota because if they turn the ball over, which is they're prone to do against us, if they do that, we win. We can beat them in 5, 6 pretty easily. If not, then it's going to be 6 or 7 hard-fought games. But it's going to be 5 or 6 hard-fought games, or there's going to be 2 or 3 games where we just kick their butt because they're going to turn the ball over and we're going to take advantage of it. So that's kind of how I look at it. Let me see. Naz Reid is really our kryptonite. He's a beast. He just kills us. Burgess, he just kills us. Him and McDaniels just kill us. They really, really do. Keep Chet on Reed. No, Rogelio, Nas has killed us. We just don't have an answer for him. We just don't because he's big and he's athletic. He's 6'11". He can jump. He can shoot. He's got touch. He can rebound. He can pass the ball. He's just a good player. And he just kills us. He just really does every time he sees us. And Chet hopefully can make a difference on him. We shall see. But yes, it gets loud. Let me see. Guzman, last time I was there in 2019, last home game players, it was so couldn't make it to the playoffs this year. Thunderdome is ridiculous. I still call it Thunderdome. But back in the day, it was when we had KD, Russell, James Harden, and even when he left and we had Ibaka. Dude, I'm telling you, there's games in there that it was rocking. Now, I don't know if it's because Oklahoma City finally got a home team and they thought it was like football. But I'm telling you, it gets loud in there. That's why we had the loudest home crowd, the loudest gym in the NBA forever. And then now our young players are starting to see and reap the benefits of having a crowd that is behind you, that is going crazy the way we do with the team. And it's made a huge difference, I think, to help these young guys get through some of the things. P. White says, Ant reminds me of Dominique. He's not. Dominique was powerful, bro. He's one of the most powerful in-game dunkers I've ever seen. He's more of a dunker, kind of like, oh God, what's our boy's name that played forever? That won the slam dunk contest that jumped over the guy. Oh my God, oh my God, played in North Carolina. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, that's who he reminds me of. Hartenstein got hurt in that game. Let me see. I don't know about that. So how would I predicted Denver versus the Wolves? Denver would have beat the Wolves would have beat them because Jokic and Denver doesn't have enough players, and that's what I was saying. Remember, guys, we gave them game one. We gave them a game. They only beat us twice. We gave them one. Remember, they only beat us twice. And remember, game three, if SGA is his normal self, he closes the door on them. He didn't do it because he was just now trying to get back in the groove. And he said that in the postgame, hey, I wasn't very good. I didn't close the door. I had some shots that normally go in. They didn't go in. That's what happened. That's what you do. Unlike our coach after game one comes up with some nonsense. Bro, fess up. Hey, I made a mistake. I probably should have took some time off the clock before fouling them. Or with 7 seconds left, I probably shouldn't have fouled Aaron Gordon because he's at the free throw line with Alex Caruso guarding him. Us up 3, and he's got to drive 30 feet or 40 feet to get up a 3 in 7 seconds with Alex Caruso guarding him. That's not going to happen. Everybody else stay matched up. Didn't happen. Well, Vince Carter, yes, thank you, Rogelio. That's why he reminds me more of a Vince Carter / that dunker-wise than I would give him Dominique, because Dominique was just powerful. And Ant-Man doesn't two-hand dunk in transition over 5 people. He just doesn't. So I'm not going to give him that. Let me see. I want the day when they lock up the first seed in March. You're asking for a lot, Alex. The arena experience is crazy. Yeah, so you got to go to Paycom. And our new arena is probably going to be better because just being loud, and the seats are going to be better. I think it's going to be more room for you to sit, and that's why I love club level to where we sit because the commander and I are not little guys. Now the girls that we take are smaller, so that helps us because it gives us more room, and they are very nice by allowing them to give us room to sit and spread our legs a little bit. But for the most part, I believe that's why I don't sit down low because some of those seats are you're just like this. You're like in a sardine because it really wasn't built for that. So I don't really like that. But I think the new arena will be good. But the Thunderdome, the new one, is going to be fantastic. I believe it's going to have plenty of room for you to kind of move around. So I'm looking forward to that. The cup holders, though, adding the cup holders was really nice because the cup holders used to be up in the seat and club level had them. They didn't have them down low. That was great. Now they put them on the seats on the floor right by your right on the back of the seat in front of you. So that's nice, too, how they do it now. Let me see. I want to go up and stand on the business to apologize for the slander towards Mark towards the Spurs game. Wanted the cup victory. I don't know if you slandered him, Burgess. I just say that he did what he does what he does. I had somebody apologize to me this weekend about me calling him out. And I'm giving him flowers today. I thought he did fantastic in his lineups. I thought he did fantastic in sticking Caruso and keeping Ihart on the bench. I thought that was fantastic. And I'm hoping he's not hurt. But it's going to make a huge difference because if Chet's playing well, which I think Chet will play better, I think Isaiah Joe will have a chance to play better. I think he'll get in the groove. He came out and his shot looked good once he got on the court. So I like what I saw there, okay, and what our team is doing. But here's the key. SJ's got to do what he does. J-Dub's got to keep playing well, averaging about 20, 23. He had 24 tonight, but, 20, 21. Chet needs to go up to about 18, and then everybody else needs to do what they do. We'll be fine. Caruso keep playing defense. Kaysen keep playing defense. Wiggins get some confidence, come out, knock down your 3 you're trying to do, a bunch of go to the basket, do your left hand and doing a bunch of stuff. I don't want you doing any of that. Dort, all I want you and Dort doing, cutting to the basket, dunking the ball, nice tip in, follow in, dunk, or follow in layup off a miss today on Chet on the baseline. Nice move by you, Wiggins. So those things I want to see. I don't want you trying to go to the basket. I don't want none of that. Catch, shoot. Dort, catch, shoot. If you get a rebound and put it back up, yes. I'm all for that. Okay, I don't want you trying to create nothing. That's not what I want. And I think you'll be much better, and I think we'll be fine. Because I've said before, if Isaiah Joe's knocking down threes, if Dort is knocking down threes, and if Wiggins is knocking down threes, I don't give a shit who we play. You're not beating us. Doesn't matter who we play. You're not beating us. And those are facts. How'd you rate this OKC Thunder team versus Thunder in 2016 when we lost against Golden State? Completely different. SGA is not KD. KD is in my top 10 now of all time when he finishes. I've never seen anybody like him do what he does. He's just the most efficient scorer that I've ever seen. He just averages 27 on 18 shots. It's just ridiculous. He's ridiculous. I've just never seen anything like him. Russell's energy was great back then, but he's still a knucklehead player. He just doesn't understand the game. But he's all gas and no brakes, and he always has been, and he always is. It's just who he is. But this team is more balanced. I think that what Sam Presti learned from that team to this team is that we had no bench hardly at all for those guys. It was all Russell, it was all Harden, it was all Ibaka, it was all KD. And you had some guys here and there, but that's what it pretty much was. Now you've got SGA, you got J-Dub, you got Chet, then you've got Dort, you've got Wiggins, you've got Caruso, you've got Kaysen, you've got K-Rich, you've got J-Will, you've got Ihart, you've got you've got all these guys combined now as a group. You're much deeper than we were then. I think that is the difference, the easiest way to rate it. We're way deeper than we were then. That's it. Rogelio says this team has more potential against that team. No, we have no end. Back then, a young Harden, a young KD, a young Russ, they're going to do what the fuck they want. We're not stopping them, bro. But we're just a deeper team than we are then. Let me see. I think Wallace and Caruso take more time over Dort. Their offensive abilities are better than Dort's. That's true. Dort, his physicality, Rogelio, and what he does against Ant-Man is going to make a difference. But to me, here's the catch. Here's the keys. You've got Randall, and you've got McDaniel, and you've got Nas. Those three, if we can control those three, especially Nas, then Randall, then McDaniel, we can get them in 5 or 6. And if we get them at 5 or 6, easy, because I can tell you this, they're coming after us game 1. You win game 1, you come back, game 2 should be a little bit easier to get. It should be, because we'll be playing better, we'll be at home. Game 3, what do I say? Games 1, games 3, games 5. Game 7 is just a given as important. But we lost game 1. We gave them game 1. Game 3, we gave them game 3. We choked. We didn't finish them in game 3 either. Game 5, we closed the door. We finished strong. Game 7, we closed them out quickly. So to me, I think now we've kind of gotten in our groove because we're now used to playing and we've gotten kind of in a groove and missing all those times. And as I said, for us, it's going to hurt us because we have a bunch of guys who are young, but we're not young, but we're still young because we haven't played enough playoff games. Inexperienced, not young. Inexperienced is a better word to put it. And I think that made a difference. And also Caruso's leadership and him talking to the guys during the playoffs or during these halves made a difference as well. I just do. Let me see. Anthony Edwards. I'm going to smoke SGA. If that's the real Ant-Man, you're going to do what you do, bro. 100%. I think y'all going to smoke each other. I don't think there's an answer for you, and I don't think there's an answer for him. If that's really you, I'm giving you your props, bro. You're a beast. Straight up. Straight up beast. And I do believe I'm going to love next year and back this year. I really had a hard time not having you on my first team All-NBA, Anthony. 100%. OKC, UFC, KFC, Wolves, and 5. Let me see. I own your GOAT, KD. No, KD ain't he ain't the boy no more. AD Anthony, come on, man. You know that, bro. He ain't where he used to be. He 30, 7? Yeah, you supposed to bust him up. You 23. You supposed to bust him. That's what you do. You should. You're a beast. But a 23-year-old KD and a 23-year-old you, yeah, bro, you come on now. Come on now. He's 6'11", you don't have an answer for him. He's 7 foot, and you did own him. Yeah, because he's old. But he ain't my GOAT. My GOAT is Michael Jordan, bro. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. And I know you didn't have you ain't touching that. And what did I also do? You ain't touching whatever else. You ain't touching Kobe either. You can barely deal with LeBron, bro. But you yourself, yes. That's why I said you and SGA, I got y'all doing what y'all do. Everybody else, we'll see what happens. Rogelio, would you rather play the Knicks or the Pacers? I don't give a shit. I don't care who we play. But my thing is this. I think that it's more of a championship series between us and the Wolves than I do the Wolves and the Knicks or the Wolves and Pacers or us and the Pacers or us and the Wolves. I think this is more of a best two teams of the four that are left. That much I can tell you. Or of the 8 that are left. Excuse me, of the 4 that are left. I'm sorry. I believe that the Thunder and the Timberwolves are the best two teams of the 4 that are left. That's what I think. But Anthony Edwards, OKC, UFC. How would you rate our coach against Billy Donovan and Scott Brooks? I like Scotty Brooks. I would give him the nod over him. Billy Donovan was he was under Billy Donovan, so I've got to put him under Billy Donovan. Like I've said before, had Billy Donovan been the coach of the Bulls first and then played us, I think it would have been a difference. Okay? I think it would have been a difference. But Scotty Brooks, I like Scotty, but I think Scotty didn't know how to handle the personalities that we had at that time. That's what I think. So, by the way, Anthony Edwards, if that's really still you, I have a question for you. Your MVP, SGA or Jokic? Now, I know you should say SGA simply because you don't want to piss him off. But to be really honest, forget all that stuff. If you're still there, Anthony, who's your guy? Which one of those two is your guy? Is it SGA or is it Jokic? And for the rest of us, we all Oklahoma City fans, we know. We know. Okay? SGA is the man. 50, 40, 30, 20-point games. Tied KD for the most consecutive 20-point games at 72, which I think he'll break. So, anyway, all right, guys, I'm done. I'm going to go smoke a cigar. I'm going to have a cocktail. And I'm going to relax because I have to be on the golf course tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock because I'm playing in a golf tournament in a fundraiser for a group of some kids and some stuff. So I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. So I'm going to get some rest and I'm going to chill out and I'm going to smoke a cigar and I'm going to relax a little bit. That being said, I want to thank everybody for your support and appreciate all of you likes and subscribes to this to our deal. And tomorrow we'll be on the Unpopular Hour tomorrow. That being said, I got to come up. Anthony Edwards, I'm going to come up with something for you for the OKC, UFC, whatever it is, KFC Wolves and 5. That being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out. Let me see. What does Rogelio says? SJ's last 2 games has been really taking that next step. And I'll see him take over against the Wolves. That's what I'm saying, Rogelio. He's been playing well. It took him a while to get back in the groove because he took so much time off. But I do believe he's now flowing and ready to go. Appreciate you, Rogelio. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate everybody. Burgess. Appreciate Ant-Man. Appreciate you. And we'll appreciate everything we got going on. I appreciate